I hope I caught that.
Gonna wake up. Sure. I'm Adam from McKnight & Carlson Wines.
I'm Lee from the Oshkosh Beer Blog.
What do we got today?
Beerito.
Beerito. Terrible name.
Yeah, it is a terrible name. So this is from the Oskar Blues Brewery of Colorado and North Carolina.
Uh-huh.
They're like huge now.
Yeah.
Like 200,000 barrel a year brewery. Big brewery.
Yeah.
When I saw this, I immediately walked past it.
Yeah.
It wasn't until you pointed out, told me.
There's no contrast in the packaging, and the name kind of sucks, but I purchased it because I thought it was kind of an interesting idea. It's a Mexican lager.
Yeah.
So.
See, and I didn't think that.
Yeah.
When I saw Beerito, I thought this is like craft beer bullshit.
Yeah.
It's going to be like a Saison with taco spice or like cumin or something like that. I honestly, that's what I thought. And then you told me later that it was a Vienna lager, and I thought, well, we'll check it out.
Yeah.
And it is actually way more interesting than they're letting people know.
Yeah.
You know? One of the things they're doing with this is they're using malt from a craft maltster in
cool.
Colorado. Yeah.
How do you? That's got to be tough on that scale.
Oh, and it's not all. So the malt that's coming from this craft maltster named Troubadour Malting in Colorado is, it's called. They've got all their malts have these kind of boutique names, and I think it's called Blue Ballad, but it's a Munich style malt.
Okay.
But I just thought it was interesting that now some of these craft maltsters are coming along. And
that's creating another secondary market for craft breweries.
So it's a Vienna-style lager.
Yeah.
And it certainly has that appearance, that light kind of amber color.
Yeah. So what are some other well-known or just known at all Vienna lagers?
Well, like
Vienna-style lagers.
That, like on a mass level.
Yeah.
Negro Modelo.
Okay.
Dos Equis 2X, that amber.
Okay.
And that's part of like the Beerito thing. That the reason they're hooking up with Mexico is because 1860s, all these brewers from Austria and Germany went over to Mexico, settled there, started brewing beer. And Vienna Lager, this style of beer, was actually the first kind of beer that was widely distributed in Mexico.
Sure.
So that's a homage, I guess, to a pretty poor one, but
Beerito.
Yeah.
All right. Nice, sweet, grainy aroma.
Yeah, I get like bread crust.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fresh, like buttery pie crust almost.
Yeah. And a little bit of, like not quite caramely, almost like maybe like a light cocoa kind of thing.
Sure.
And a little bit of hop. I'm getting a little hop in there. Maybe a flowery kind of. I don't know what hops they're using. I would guess it's kind of a German
subtle,
hop. Yeah.
noble. That's interesting.
It's the malt flavor is there.
Yeah.
But it's exceptionally light. It's a 4% beer.
I don't get the crispness that I was expecting.
And actually, that's really what differentiates a Vienna lager from like a Märzen.
Yeah.
That crisp kind of.
Yeah, this is more kind of rounded feeling on the back of the palate.
It is, for a 4% beer, the malt flavor here is actually pretty
cool, pretty impressive.
I mean, that's not easy to do. Although European brewers seem to be able to do it with ease. I don't know why American craft brewers can't seem to.
This isn't super cold, so maybe if it was, if you had it ice cold, it would have a little bit more snap to it.
Sure.
But that's nice. I mean, I guess for a small beer, it does have a fair amount of flavor, and I think that's the allure. I mean, trying to find a beer in the 4% neighborhood that's not a session IPA.
And I think, what they did here. This is a brewery known for hopping the hell out of everything.
Yeah.
Where they really dialed back the hops and let the malt kind of shine.
Yeah.
I think if you look at like craft brewing, it's been so much about hops.
Yeah.
And how this other major component can be kind of dismissed almost up to this time. But if you look at like in America, prior to the craft beer thing happening, there was basically one hop grown, Cluster.
Yeah.
Cluster just ruled the market.
Sure.
Once craft beer started, now you've got citric, mosaic, you've got all these different varieties of hops.
Yeah.
But malts really haven't.
So you think like a giant brewery like Oskar Blues using a craft maltster is kind of signaling
I would hope
a new wave of taking a look at what else goes in the beer besides just hops.
I mean, because if you think about it, there's like 24 of these like small maltsters, active in America right now. But so much of the if you think about it in terms of hops, it's just a drop in a bucket compared to what's happened with the hop market, all these different varieties.
Exactly.
I mean, in Wisconsin, it never really went away.
Yeah.
There was Chilton malting, which became Breeze.
Yeah.
And they've continued to create new and different malts. But
Sure. Well, I think with the history of German lager in this state. I mean, I guess a history of more malt forward beers traditionally than say California, where hoppy beer is king or has been king for a while. So that makes sense.
I guess if I had an argument with this beer, it would be a little bit more body.
Yeah.
I mean, 4%, you could still
extract a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, if you think of a beer like Pilsner or Kel or something like that, that's just over 4 also.
Yeah.
But I mean, the mouthfeel, that's quite a bit more significant than this.
Richer.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good beer.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about, again, great warm weather beer, I think I would like this if it was, 70 degrees out, or, if you're on a boat or what have you. I could see it being, a lot more interesting than what you can find out there at this ABV, and far less insipid, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, you think of it, 4%. I mean, that's it's nice to have a few of these around for a change.
Exactly.
And it's not. I mean, it's starting to happen now to a certain degree with these session IPAs, but this is the first one I've seen where they're actually emphasizing malt and a lower alcohol beer like this.
Exactly.
And it is starting to not to ramble on here entirely, but I was thinking, of these breweries that are starting to do a little bit more with malt. There's Metropolitan out of Chicago.
Yeah.
And
they're making great beer.
Yeah, and they do with malt almost what
everybody else is doing with hops.
Yeah, I mean, it's just this huge malt flavor.
And a variety of beer styles. Yeah. One more thing. So Oskar Blues is kind of part of a little bit part of the evil empire now.
Last year
they were purchased by a private equity firm about a year ago, and I think which probably partially allowed their expansion into North Carolina. But in my opinion, it's not a very good thing. Those types of firms are set up to reap benefits and
look at
sell to a larger
one of the first things
entity.
They did is then that equity firm, which I think they're calling it Oskar Blues Holding Company now or something.
Okay.
They went and bought Cigar City.
Yeah, exactly. And they also own, I think they own Perrin Brewing in Michigan, which is much smaller than Oskar Blues or Cigar City, but and these guys are going to be spun off in 5 to 10 years to an InBev or to a
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Modelo,
Okay, as long as we're slagging these guys, let's. So they continue to foist the bullshit that they were the first craft brewery to can their beer. That is absolutely not true.
Okay, who was it? Chief Oshkosh?
It was the Mid-Coast Brewing Company of Oshkosh, Wisconsin. I can prove it.
All right.
But anyways,
we'll indulge you today.
It's a good beer.
Yeah, no, it's not bad. I think for the alcohol, this one's worth seeking out once the weather finally warms up.
I'm going to do it again. I'm going to get more.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right, Ed. Hey, cheers.
Prost.